All right, everybody, it is the end of 2023. That means we got a ranking going on. Let's find out my list, which you're not going to agree with right now. All right, welcome back to the channel, everybody. It's been an up and down for 2023. We had some strikes, just a couple, that have put me out of work for about 6 months. Nice job, everybody. Hopefully I'll be able to get back on set. I'm an award-winning screenwriter, novelist, and comic book writer. My name is Frank Zenka, if you don't know that already. And I'm a working line producer. That's what I do for a living, although not lately. I have been able to do some budgets. I did a rewrite on a script for someone, so I have done a little bit of work here and there, and I'm kind of hoping that some of the money of those films get raised generally quickly, so I can get it back on set. So, because independent films are obviously we're going to see more of those, while the big ones get pushed back. Some of them got pushed back like a year already, at least 6 months. They all got pushed back by 6 months. So anyway, I did a little ranking of, I saw over 60 movies this year, over 60. And I ranked them, so I do a little bit of different ranking. But before we jump into that, let me show you what I got for myself for Christmas. As you know, I'm a Hot Toys fanatic, and I really need somebody to come in and get me off this thing. So I don't have anything with Uma Thurman. This is not a Hot Toys, but this is as close as I could get to Uma Thurman with Kill Bill. So the face is not nearly as good as some of the other stuff that I have, but that's the closest I could get. She really hasn't done many other things that require toys or sculptures. And then I'm also building, that came in from China. And there's also, I'm also building an Ethan Hunt figure, because really they don't have one, for Mission Impossible. So I got the head in, and I'm going to show you that in a second. And I also got the clothes coming, so I'm going to need to buy the body. But there's my Ethan Hunt head. I think it looks pretty good, right? Does that look like Tom Cruise? So anyway, I'll keep you guys all up informed about when I get all the pieces back together, and I can display that. Oh, I need to get a display stand also when I get that. Anyway, so let's jump into my list. But if you're looking for art house film ranking, it's not me. You're on the wrong channel. I am the popcorn blockbuster hit guy. I rate my stuff on how many times I'm going to see a movie. If I'm going to see something multiple times, even if it's a bad movie, it's on my list. So that's how I rate it, and that's why I know that no one here is going to agree with pretty much anything that I have on this list. You're all going to be like, what? What? So there is a couple of honorable mentions. I know everybody loved Godzilla, but it's not in my top 12. Actually, I'm going to do a top 12. And because I'm in the school of Godzilla's a good guy. So Oppenheimer's not on my list. So that's what I'm saying. I have a completely different thing than everybody else. I did like Oppenheimer, but will I ever going to watch Oppenheimer again? No, I'm never going to watch that movie again. Killers of the Flower Moon. There's another one that's been in other people's top 10s or whatever else. I didn't even like that movie that much. So I have a completely different outlook on this. I'm sure everybody's now going, what is on your list? All right, so let's start with, also, I put it this way. The movie Freelance, that probably nobody even saw, that was probably pretty close to getting in my list. And nobody went to see that one either. So, but I go for like the fun movies. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. So you're gonna laugh at me, but that's fine. You can laugh at me all you want. All right, so number 12, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. I really wish this was higher on my list. As everybody knows, I'm a huge Aquaman fan. But because of what happened with Amber Heard and her part getting removed, and very obviously that they cut stuff around her out, I have to put this on the list a little lower, even though it was a fun movie and I'm sure I'll see it again. But it's a little bit too discombobulated, and I like what they did with Black Manta. But yeah, by removing Amber Heard, they kind of destroyed the film. So it's kind of sad. They should have just recast her. I don't know why they didn't recast her, and they were reshooting anyway. Freaking reshoot it. All right, and I know everybody's going to laugh at this one. Let's go to number 11. Fast X. I know everybody's like, what? That movie was horrible. But I've already seen it 3 times. I do not like them bringing back Gal Gadot at the end. I really wish they didn't do that, because her death was one of the best deaths in cinema as far as I'm concerned, especially action films. And so I liked a lot of it. I think I liked the last one in space better, but I thought that the whole scene with the ball bomb, I thought that was all really good. The whole interaction with Letty and Charlize Theron's character, I thought was pretty good. So I thought there was a lot of good stuff in here. And then there, of course, them rolling down the mountain. It's all they go way overboard. Of course, not everybody's dead, and then we got the guy from Reacher in there, and he ends up being a turncoat, and I thought it had some decent stuff in it, but it is what it is. But Jason Momoa, I thought he knocked it out of the park in that. Everybody knows I'm not a Momoa fan, but I thought he did a good job as a villain. Yeah. All right, that's Fast X. Everybody can laugh at me now. All right, and then we're going to go to horror. Now, as far as horror is concerned, everybody said that Dead Talking, what was it called? Talk to Me. That Talk to Me was really good. And I never got a chance to see it. I'm sure it would be up on my list if I got a chance to see it. But I never got a chance to see it. And I have one more movie I still have to see, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to be in my top 12, and that's Anybody But You. I'm sure it's just middle of the road anyway. All right, so horror. Evil Dead Rise. I thought that the actors really knocked it out of the park. I thought they left it, maybe they still contained it, even though it wasn't in a cabin. I like how they contained it. Again, the woman that from Vikings that played the villain in that, she did a really, really good job. The mother, really creepy, and I liked what they did. In fact, I'll probably watch that movie again. I liked what they did with it, even though it was kind of gory and stuff like that. But I thought I liked it, so I thought it was a different take. So we're into number 9, Equalizer 3. Some people might actually agree with me on that one. Denzel Washington, I thought, did a great job in this. I like how everything from the beginning tied into the ending of The Money. I like the whole Italy setting. I thought that was different. I really liked that. I like how he kind of took on the town as kind of a surrogate child to his, he was protecting. I liked all that. And in the end, the villain gets it, so it's completely predictable. But again, it was, the scene in the restaurant, how he's very cool and collected. Dakota Fanning, I liked all that. I mean, it's just a lot of good stuff in that film. So that is why it is number 9. All right, and everybody's going to laugh at me again for this one. Shazam, Fury of the Gods, number 8. Yeah, I know everybody's like, what? But I've seen that movie like 4 times now. Again, the whole beginning on the bridge, I really like. I like a lot of the interaction of the family. as everybody knows, I'm a big fan of Mary Marvel, and I thought she did a really good job. I thought Megan Good did a really good job. And I like the whole thing that they had in the Rock of Eternity, and then writing to the letter to Helen Mirren, and I think it's a lot of fun. My big problem, of course, I just have to stop it. Like, as soon as the sacrifice is over, I got to turn it off. Because him coming back at the end was a major, major mistake. I don't know why they did that. They should have left him dead. And it was okay. It would have been okay to leave it on a somber note with the inkling that they might be able to find a way to revive him. All right, so that was my number 8. The next one is a lot of people's number 1. So I'm not that far off. So anyway, this is number 7, John Wick 4. Again, a lot of people put that as number 1. So John Wick is a great series. Keanu Reeves is fun to watch. My problem with this one is that they went a little bit too far with it, and I know you're like, what? But it obviously had a lot of great scenes in it. I still like the dog scene a lot from the last movie. But, this one had Donnie Yen in it. He did a great job. We had the whole beginning with the daughter and them protecting him. I thought that was really good. But the whole stairway, they could have removed that whole stairway thing, and I would not have even blinked. And I also watched the Continental, I think it was on Prime. I watched that whole series as well. I like the whole John Wick world, and I thought they did a good job with it here. I think the stairway thing just knocks it down for me. I wish they just had removed that completely. I like the whole ending where he hadn't shot yet and took the bullet. I thought a lot of that was really good, and I can see why people. Plus, we had that whole scene with him going through all the rooms, and it was shot from above, and they just did no cuts. It's really good stuff, man. Those guys know how to make an action movie, that's for sure. All right, moving on to number 6, Air. Who would have thunk it? I actually don't have an action movie here in the top 12. I thought that of course, Ben Affleck actually has a movie on my top 10 and in my bottom 10. But anyway, so I'm going to do the worst of 2023 as well. So, in fact, some of these movies might be on somebody's worst. But anyway, so Air. I really enjoyed this movie, and who would have thunk it that a movie about a pair of shoes that I'm not even a basketball fan, but I thought that the inspiration of the film, like I walked out of there going, yeah, I'm inspired to do whatever. These guys took something that was nothing and they built it into an empire. I mean, still today, the shoes, the logo, it's everywhere. And to think that this guy had to fight and fight and fight because he knew it. He had it in his head. He had a vision. He knew what could be done. And nobody would listen to him. It's all good stuff, man. That was a real. If you haven't seen Air, definitely check it out. I also like what they did with Michael Jordan, where you never saw his face. And Viola Davis did a good job, and it was even Viola Davis's husband that plays her husband in that, her real husband in real life. So Air, if you haven't seen it, check it out. It was good. All right, moving on to the top 5. Top 5. All right, we have Scream 6, another horror movie. I really like the Scream series. It's over the top. The ending was way over the top. Jenna Ortega is just also fun to watch. But I also heard that Michelle Barrera, I think her name is, what was her name? Yeah, Melissa. That Melissa Barrera pissed somebody off or whatever. I don't know if it was the whole Israel thing that's going on, but she pissed somebody off and now she's banned from the movie. That's not good. And then I don't know if they're going to go in solidarity with the thing now, and her, everybody, they have to recast completely now. Just Jenna Ortega might, say no, if she's not in it, I'm not in it. That's happened sometimes, especially if she's busy anyway. She's not going to miss it. It's going to be sad. I don't know why, everything with Hollywood has to be political sometimes. But anyway, so I really enjoyed Scream 6. I like the whole thing with him picking up the shotgun in there. We have the scene with the ladder. Oh, it was. Then we had her communicating with her dad, and we don't, unleashing like the murderer. There was some good stuff in there. And again, the end got kind of silly, of course, but I liked the movie. I thought that the movie in general was pretty good. The whole scene with the fight scene with Courtney Cox, I thought that was really good. Hayden Panettiere coming back. And then poor Samara Weaving gets the beginning scene. I love Samara Weaving. I was like, oh no, you can't kill her off right at the beginning. That was all good stuff. All good stuff. All right, so moving on to number 4. We're up to number 4 already. All right, Sound of Freedom. No, this is on nobody's list. I don't understand why. I really liked this movie. Obviously it had a great message. Caviezel did an amazing job. I thought he knocked this out of the park. He had so much passion in this film, and you're taking now. Again, this is probably not a film I'm going to see again because it's just too heart-wrenching. But it had all of the elements that really push the envelope, and something that we don't normally see. And the whole beginning with the father. I mean, and then him constantly looking and possibly losing his job and everything and to think that even a portion of it was based on real life events. It's incredible. And they did it on such a small budget, and they were able to do pretty much anything. Just going to show you. So it's I think it definitely deserves to be in the top 10 of some films. I liked it definitely better than Flower Moon. So it's, and that was a $200 million film. So Sound of Freedom, number 4. All right, moving on to the top 3. Oh, we're getting there now. All right, Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 3. So why this is not higher for me? Because the film obviously was lots of fun, and everybody agrees that it was a decent film. But the animal cruelty thing knocks it down for me. I don't even know if I'm going to watch this thing any more times, because the bunny with the legs and the jaw thing, every time I saw that thing, my heart just broke. I couldn't take it. Couldn't take it. I'm like, get him off the screen, man. You're killing me. So that's the only reason that this one's a little bit lower. Then the whole thing with Gamora, I don't think the whole thing with Gamora actually worked. I don't think that she should have been in the film at all, even though I love Gamora. I love Zoe Saldana as the character, but I think it muddied it because she really wasn't the real one, and there was... I think it would have been better if he was mourning. And then, of course, they completely demolished Adam Warlock. That was not Adam Warlock in the least. And then I think the mother was in that too, who plays Diana in The Crown. If you haven't seen her play Diana in The Crown, she knocked out of the park, man. She did an amazing job as Diana. Whoa. Great acting chops. So anyway, that's Guardians. Again, I wish that one was higher too. But there's just a couple elements in there that kind of knocks it down for me. All right. You're going to laugh at number 2. All right. I know you can't guess. Dungeons and Dragons. I've seen the movie like 5 times now. Maybe it was 6. I love this movie. Everybody was kind of down on it because the writer-directors, who was one of the guys from Bones, he was actually an actor in Bones, they said some stupid shit, and I think everybody kind of was turned off by it. But they did such a great job with this film. Chris Pine did a great job. Michelle Rodriguez, Hugh Grant, they all did such a great job in this film. They were able to do some of the throwback to the 80s cartoon is in there. It's just lots of fun. It's just lots of... The guy who plays the Paladin, I forgot, the Brigerton I think he's on. He did a great job, too. That whole scene with the fat dragon was all really good stuff. Really good stuff. I like the little girl that had the horns and stuff like that. She had a tail. And then, she was able to... That whole scene where she was turning into different animals. Come on, that stuff was great. Anywho, that's my number 2. Dungeons & Dragons, yeah, I'm sure I'm going to see it a few more times. It's just energetic and it's fun, and that's why I see movies. I want to see movies that transcend me to other worlds. I don't like movies that just keep me grounded. So, and that's why, again, that's what I write too. I have written a biography that took me a year and a half. It was a Holocaust biography. It was a tough write. I'll give you that. I prefer just like, my vampire one behind me. Tales of Ravenel, the Iron Witch. That's the kind of stuff that I write, where it's just I like to world build. So I like seeing other people world build, and that's why Rebel Moon for me was complete garbage. I should put that on this list too. I didn't even think about putting Rebel Moon on this list. I'm not even going to bother with it. But anyway, number one. Dun, 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 dun. That's right. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, which is not even going to be Dead Reckoning in the next one. I just watched this movie for the 3rd time just the other day. I bought the DVD since it's not out yet. And I watched it once in the theater and then twice at home already. Hallie Atwell did a great job in this. She's a great addition. Rebecca Ferguson, is she dead? Is she not? I don't think she is. Because I watched it, now that I've watched it 3 times, I could tell that there was a setup for him to try to outsmart the thing. So, because she's not dead in the beginning, and he tells us she's dead. So I'm sure it was a whole setup. Rebecca Ferguson is not dead. I'm just telling you. The whole entity thing really works for what's going on, and yeah, I think I love it. I think Fallout is still a little better. I don't know. It's a toss up. There's Mission Impossible has some really good stuff throughout its entire run, and I really hope that even though he retires, I really hope they keep it going with a new team. We'll see, because like the last one really didn't make much money in comparison. But if the budget wasn't as high as it was due to COVID, it would have made money. And I think that they also cashed in their bond or whatever else, their insurance bond, so because it didn't make enough money. So I think it lost less money than what was projected. All right. So that's it for me. And yeah, stay tuned for my worst of 2023. Let me know if you agree with any of them. I think there's a couple of them you might agree with, and a few of them that you would be like, hell no, man, that movie sucked. All right, just remember that I'm also going to do, if you missed Lords of LA, my vampire comic, we are going to be doing Late Pledge in January after all of the holidays are over. We are approaching New Year's, so Happy New Year to everybody ahead of time. We got a couple of days for that yet. And also the card game, I'll put some of the pictures up for I finally got the new graphic design for the borders. I think it looks pretty good. And Mark Spears and I are going to be launching that probably by March or so of next year. So look for that. I'm very, very excited about that one also. Anyway, check out some of my other videos here, but also give me the thumbs up, give me the middle finger, like, subscribe, help me grow the channel out so you can hear me rant and rave more often. All right, see you guys soon. Check out some of my other videos. All right, bye-bye.